Good morning children, welcome back to the class. After a long time we were having some practice sessions and then later on exams. Then last week there was no science class for 3 sessions. Then after that I gave you lab activities. Mostly the 6th class children, many times I have warned you but you are not sending the homeworks. During the exams we have sent in the practice session we have sent the homeworks, but the regular classes many of the children are not sending me the homeworks. Lab activities you have to learn the diagrams also and they are very important, but you are neglecting it. So after this again I am going to give you some more lab activities. This time you have to send me definitely and go through it. What does that experiment tell us? You can learn many things from the experiment. So before the exams, we were continuing the chapter number 12, simple electric circuits, right? Wow, why does the torch bulb glow and why does it does not glow? What are the filament? What is a glass chamber? How does the bulb glow? And what are the simple electric circuits? And in which case does the bulb glow and which case does not the bulb glow? So far we have finished up to page number 115. Now I am going to continue the lesson number 12. So you got a little gap, that's why you have to read the lesson once and twice. About the two terminals we have learned, no? Positive terminal, negative terminal. So I think you have forgot all these things. So once again go through the lesson. Now we will continue this chapter. What is a circuit? A simple electric circuit. You can see figure number 5. This is called as a simple electric circuit. It shows a closed circuit. It consists of a cell. This is a cell. It is called as a power or source. That means from here we will get the power. So it is called as a power source. A bulb and connecting wires. In an electric circuit, the electric current flows from positive terminal to the negative terminal. Here we are having the power. So the from positive terminal to the negative terminal, the electricity passes through it. An electric circuit provides a complete path for electricity to flow between the cell and the bulb. Between the cell and the bulb, the electricity flows through these wires. One is from negative terminal and one is from positive terminal. A similar circuit exists for an electric bulb which we use in our houses. Even in your house we are having bulbs now. Just like this, they are having two terminals and they will get the power not from the cell but they will given a power. Overall we are having power in the house. Like MCBs we are having, no, we will be having a main circuit. From there we will get the power in our house. The two electric supply wires are connected to the two terminals of the bulb through a switch. So the two terminals from the bulb, they are connected to the switch. When the switch is closed, the circuit provides complete path for electricity. So when you close the switch, we will get the complete path. Path means the way, the route to flow the electricity. Many times in our houses we observe that though electricity is available, some bulbs glow and some other does not glow. So many times we will be seeing, no, even there is a power in your house, but sometimes the bulbs does not glow. What could be the reason for that? Observe a bulb which is not glowing. To know this, we have to observe a bulb that is not glowing. Do you find any differences in the filament of the glowing bulb and the bulb that is not glowing? You have to find the difference between the two bulbs, the bulb that is glowing and the bulb that is not glowing. The bulb which don't glow are said to be fused. The bulb that is not glowing, it is said to be as fused. If we connect a fused bulb in a circuit, the circuit remains open and there is no closed path for the flow of electricity, hence the bulb does not glow. So if you connect the fused bulb here, what happens? the path of the electricity will stop here and it will not pass again to the another terminal. The electricity will pass through this terminal and it is fused, then the electricity will break here and it will not pass through this side. Then the bulb does not glow. Now about the switch. We use switches to put on or put off the torch light. So where do we use the switches? Not only on the torch light, in many places we use. Similarly, we use various switches in our house to put on and off the electric bulbs, tubes, fan, even it is a mixer, iron box, anything. What is a switch? How does it work? Let us observe about the switch. Electric switch. Connect a circuit on a wooden plank or a thermocol sheet as shown in the figure number 6. Thermocol sheet or a wooden plank, you have to take it. Take a cell. It is a power source and you have to take a bulb. Insert 2 drawing pins at A and B. Insert a safety pin between A and B such that one end of the pin is completely in contact with B and other end is left free. Now observe the bulb. What do you notice? Now touch the safety pin to the pin A and observe the bulb again. What happens? Why doesn't the bulb glow when the safety pin is left free at one end? So you observe this figure. In this way we have to connect the circuit. You have to prepare like this. When the pin is touched to the A, when the B is touched to the A, the bulb glows, and when it is open, the bulb does not glow. So in an open circuit, the circuit with here, this is called as an open circuit. That means the path is closed here. The electricity does not pass here. It is set free now. Here it will not pass. So in a closed path, in a closed circuit only, the electricity passes. It will flow. And when it is open, the electricity does not flow. In the above activity, the safety pin is used to close and open the circuit. When it is open, we can say that is circuit is open. When it is closed, you can say that circuit is closed. Electric switch is an arrangement to close or open a circuit. Here the safety pin is acting like a switch. Here the safety pin is acting like a switch and it is used to open a circuit and close the circuit. The switch allows the flow of electricity when it is on and cuts off the flow of electricity when it is off. When you on the switch, the flow of electricity will be passing. When the switch is in off position, the electricity will not flow. In this way, the switch is used to allow and stop the flow of electricity to the bulb or any other electrical device, not only to the bulb. In any like fan or mixer or anything, when the circuit is closed, the electricity will flow from the switch to the bulb, then the bulb will glow. When the circuit is open, the electricity will not flow through it and it does not reach the bulb, then the bulb will not glow. The flow of electricity in a circuit is called current. This is a very important point. Everyone take a pencil and note it down. The flow of electricity in a circuit is called current. Now next about the torch light. What does a torch consist of? What makes the torch bulb glow? Take a torch and observe the internal parts. In figure number 6, they have given the internal parts of a torch light. Here they are having a metal spring, hollow cylindrical barrel, 2 cells, switch, copper wire, reflector, glass, and here they are having a small bulb. So these are the internal parts of a torch light. And the diagram is very, very important. Circuit with a switch as well as inside view of a torch light. These both diagrams are very important. You have to learn the diagram. Torch light is used as a source of light. Why do we use torch light? It is used as a source of light in absence of current. The parts of a torch light are hollow cylindrical barrel, cells, bulb, switch glass cover and metal spring. These are the parts. Torch consists of a hollow cylinder barrel in which cells are fitted. So this is called, the outer part is called as a hollow cylindrical barrel and inside the cells are fitted. At one end of it there is a lid with screw which can be opened and closed. So we are having the lid now We'll open it and we'll close it. When the lid is closed and switch is on, the circuit is completed and the current flows in the circuit, which makes the bulb glow. When you make it tight, what happens? The circuit will be closed and electricity will be flowing. When you make it loose, the circuit will open and the electricity does not flow. It will break down. In Niharika's case, it was just the position of the cells that made the bulb to glow. Can you predict other reasons for the torch not working? If the cells are not inserted properly, that means every time the cell should be inserted in this way. Positive and the negative terminal should be side. If both positive terminals are one side and if both negative terminals are one side, then the bulb does not glow. The torch does not glow. So, maybe the position of the cells are not inserted properly. Otherwise, the bulb, the filament in the bulb, that means it may be fused. So, there may be some other reasons. Let us do. Take a torch which has two cells. Arrange the cells in a torch in as many ways you can. In which cases does the bulb glow and which cases does not bulb glow? Draw the picture showing different position of the cells in the glowing bulb. Can you find out why the bulb glows only when the cells are placed in particular position? So as we have learned that we are having two terminals, positive and negative terminal. The flow of electricity starts flowing from positive terminal and it again reaches to the same place while passing through the negative terminal. If you insert the cells both positive side by side, the electricity will does not flow. So for that purpose, you can check it. Take a torchlight and you can check it. Insert the cells in the torchlight as many ways, like positive terminal one type and two terminals at a same position, and two negative terminals same position, and two positive terminals in the same position. You can see that the bulb does not glow in all these cases. Only the bulb glows when the positive and negative terminals are side by side, opposite to each other. The positive terminal should be opposite to the negative terminal. Then the bulb will glow. The conductors and insulators. In activity 2, we used wires after removing the plastic covering at the both ends. Why don't we use the wires without removing the plastic covering? What material do you find in electric wires? Why are we advised to wear rubber chappals while working with electricity? So, many times we have observed that we have to wear the rubber chappals when we are doing the work with electricity, because the current does not pass through the rubber. It passes through the water. So, rubber chappal if you wear, it is a safety rule when you are doing something with the electric circuit. So, what material do you find in electric wires? Copper. Copper you can find in the electric wires. So, this is all now for children today. The remaining class will be continued tomorrow. And the homework is, many of the children are not doing homework, but this time I want many homeworks. Take out page number 120. Write first four question answers. First 4 question and answers one time with neat handwriting. This is your homework. They have given about the conductors and insulators also. No, 4th one? Yes. What are the conductors? The substances that allow the flow of electricity through them are known as conductors, and the substances which do not allow the flow of electricity through them, like rubber chappals, it does not allow the electricity to flow through them. So they are called as insulators. Is it clear? We have learned about the conductor and insulator now. This is the definition for this, and write your homework neatly and send me. Thank you.